walk us through the last 24, 36 hours for you? Coach call you, and how did that go?
Yeah, I mean, win is about how you would think it would go. Now it's just coming here, help Taylor out as best I can the way he did me. And, just go about, looking at this Minnesota team, ready to get after him and attack him.
Do you ask a bunch of questions of, like, what this means for you to when they call you? Like, how does that go?
For me, at the end of the day, obviously, this is only my second year. So, I'm not going to press too hard. Obviously, I want to play, want to be out there. So, obviously, I'll push my case for that. But, at the end of the day, decisions are made. And like I said, we're on to this week, on to Minnesota. And I know that, at any point in time, it could be my name be called again. So I just have to be ready to go.
Were you surprised?
Go ahead, Mike.
Were you surprised?
I can control the things that I can control. And like I said, when things happen, and then it's how you react, how you respond.
He made a point of saying it was just for this week. Are you preparing or thinking that you'll be ready to get back in there at Arizona?
I'll be ready to go Sunday whenever my name's called.
Do you think it's just for 1 week?
Again, I'll be ready to go whenever my name's called.
Is it different watching from the sideline? I've never played. Is it different watching the game and kind of seeing what goes on out there?
Yeah, you get a different vantage point, you get a different view, definitely than any other player. It doesn't just have to be the quarterback position, but you get a different vantage point, just I'm sure as you guys do up in the media box. You guys see it from a different angle that we do. And so, yeah, it's different. But, it's also it's cool at the same time.
Do you take away anything from that vantage point?
From being on the sideline? Yeah, the ultimate thing is going out there and helping, the backup quarterback, or going out there and helping the starter. Going out there and, because, when you're out there, you can only see a few things. You're never going to see, all 11 guys on the other side of the field. So when we come off to the sideline during those breaks, it's, helping the starter out and, seeing maybe what they didn't see and just referring back to, when we go over those plays, just what they can see and what they can do better.
Have you at any point not felt healthy or right in the last 3-4 days because they talk so much about your health and medical?
Yeah, I feel good.
Have you felt good throughout?
Yeah, I feel good.
The follow-up protocol deal, what was that like on Monday? The league office said that once somebody's tested, they have to have a follow-up.
Yeah, I won't go through specifics of that, obviously, because that's, my own health and everything. But like I said, tested everything was all good, so I'm good.
Did you say that? Like you said, you're only a second year in the league, but opportunities like that don't come all the time. Like, do you sit there and wonder, like, what does this mean for my future?
As far as what opportunities?
Like, to start, to be a starting quarterback.
Yeah, again, you got to take advantage of every opportunity you get. And so now, like I said, whenever my opportunity is next, I'll be ready for it.
I guess what was your initial reaction to our whole group?
Yeah, it was just the things that I could control. And that's just the ultimate thing is just go out there, control what I can control. That's my effort, my attitude. And what, still coming in here every single day, working the exact same. Nothing's changed for me. Now, it's just, flipping that switch to be able to go help Taylor and be able to go help Taylor perform on Sunday. When bullets are flying, just to be able to go out there and, give him the same attention that he gave me on Sundays. Yeah, there was different conversations throughout the time.
Are your questions to Taylor, the fact that you run the offense, kind of a little more specific than maybe when Marcus was here last year? Do you feel like anything's different with that?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot different. Obviously, last year with Marcus, he was kind of, he kind of stepped out or whatever. So then Logan came in, who had been in the offense a little bit before, but not our specific offense as the Falcons. And so obviously, I know obviously being a starter, knowing the offense inside and out, Taylor does too as well. And so now, it's just feeding off each other. Like I said, coming off the sidelines, just helping each other out. Sometimes, we go over to the sidelines, Rags doesn't even talk that much. It's, me, Taylor, and Logan kind of communicating what we see. So that won't change.
It seemed like, even yesterday you were still kind of leading and getting guys through that meeting that you've called. Like, are you still running that? Like, does that
nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Like I said, I'm still going to be, the best version of myself, the best teammate I can be. Never want to be a negative person, never want to be a negative guy. So I'm going to go and do whatever it takes to help our team win. Just put our team in the best position to go win.
I know you said that you're going to be ready for the next opportunity in college, but like you'd waited for this most of last year. Like, does it feel like why do you kind of wonder where it started to maybe unravel a little bit, or like why you're at this point?
Yeah, I mean, you can question a lot of things, but, like I said, at the end of the day, you can't go back and fix anything that you've done in the past. All you can do is look forward to the future and how you can get better in the present every single day.
Why do you think the fumbles were, like, when you look back at it now, because I'm guessing, maybe, please correct me if I'm wrong, I'm guessing you've done a lot of, like, well, how did I get here myself? Like, do you look back and say, why were all the fumbles happening? Like, where did that?
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's ball security going back to when we were 4 or 5 years old, hanging on the ball. Like I said, the 5 points of ball security. And then, like I said, too, you take out some of those or you take out half of those, whatever it is, those turnovers, those negative plays, and then you look at everything else, and it's a lot of good. So, I put a lot of good stuff on film, been able to move the ball, been able to get in the end zone. Now it's obviously eliminating those negative plays, and like I said, when the time comes, we'll be ready.
Is that what kind of keeps you going forward, that you feel like other than the turnovers, there was improvement there?
No, I think what keeps me going forward is that, this game you can never be perfect in, and I always want to strive for perfection. So just trying to reach that ultimate goal, perfection, trying to be the best, trying to get better every single day. That's, why I do this. That's why I love it. That's why I'm out here.
Were there any things you picked up from Taylor going in there? To see anything that, that might be helpful?
Yeah, Taylor, he's been in the league a long time. He's been able to go out there and, like you said, he just goes out there and plays free, play without worry. So I know you'll see that on Sunday, just get him going out there playing free. That's how he plays his game, and, he's pretty good at it.
Anything else? Coach Smith always talks about, everybody on the roster can grow
Take
into
the head off.
There you go. Coach Smith always talks about, like, players always want everybody should be growing, developing on the roster, whether you're a starter or whatnot. Does it change now for you what areas you're trying to improve or grow on, or what are those specific folks?
Yeah, like I said, obviously, number one, you talk about ball security, just figuring out different ways, whether you're running with the ball, whether you're throwing the ball, whether you're in the pocket with it, just being able to protect the ball. And then just still, going in the game plans, being able to hammer the game plans inside and out, know them, like better than, Coach Rags or anyone else knows them. And so, those will never stop. But, at the end of the day, like I said, like you said too, it's just about not only myself, but trying to push everyone else around me to be better. Like I said, that's still why we're doing the meetings. That's still why we're leading. That's still why we're being the same guy who I was, 7 days ago.
Thanks, y'all.
You get this far into the season, you hone in on, the preparation and what it takes to, win ball games. And I think that we're moving in the right direction of that. And, just continue to get better every single week and trying to be the best. As we get late into the season, these games get more important. So the sense of urgency, the margin of error is really small in these football games. So there's been a little bit more focus and a little bit more urgency.
Yeah, what's kind of the vibe of the team right now, in kind of a week where there's obviously a lot of change going on with some of the personnel?
Yeah, I think as far as the defense. Obviously we lose someone that's, has been here for a very long time. That's a big leader, not just on the field, off the field. A big vocal guy in the locker room as well. So just being able to, identify it and, move on and what it's going to take to, pick up for, a big loss like that. So I think that we're more than capable of doing that. With David, I think David understands that his role may, be a little bit more bigger. He may need to talk a little bit more. So, yeah, just stuff like that, that you just, throughout the year, it's unfortunate with change that happens, but you got to be able to adjust and adapt. Guys that been through this process, been through, these NFL seasons, you got to be able to adjust and adapt on the fly.
You guys faced kind of a rookie quarterback last week. You got another guy this week that doesn't have a lot of tape. But
Yeah.
what have you kind of really seen? Is there anything you picked out or really anything on tape jumped out?
Yeah, there's not a lot of snaps that, we're able to watch on him. But the biggest thing that we've talked about this week was just being focused and more detailed on what we're doing. Not so much about, what we're going to get from a rookie quarterback. It's just more so focusing on the details of what we're going to call and execute at a high level. I think last week you kind of get in that mindset, we don't know what we're going to see, kind of chasing ghosts. But at the end of the day, it's all about us and what we do.
Talk about any of those big plays. I mean, obviously trying to put those on, stop those as well.
Yeah, some of those plays have been, repetitive. It's not the first time we've seen them. Maybe a different kind of way to set it up or anything like that. But there's been an emphasis on, the explosive plays that we've given up last week. It hasn't been, who we are, as a defense, but it popped up, and unfortunately, this league is a copycat league, and we'll see those plays again. So being able to see it on the film and in the film room and then go out to the practice field and also practice them, I think has been huge for us this week.
Look at the changes, whether it was on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. Is this kind of get guys to kind of like lock back in, or are you going to be a distraction at some point?
I wouldn't say it's a distraction. It kind of, like I said, this isn't the first time someone has made a change or anything like that. So you just got to be able to adapt and, within all the craziness that goes on outside this building, we all know what the main goal is, and that is to make the playoffs and be playing for something later on in the year. So I think we're on the right road for that. Even though there are changes, I think that everyone that's in that locker room, they're here for a reason, and they're able to have some success on that field and help us out to win games.
I don't just mean just going by Desmond's position. I mean, Grady goes down to injury. That gets changed. Like, just so much has happened in 1 week. Does it connect, like I said, this being a positive where you guys like, wait a minute, let's pause for a second, really hone in.
Yeah, it's either way. It's all about perspective. Some people can run away from it, and some people can run towards it. And I think that, like you just said, I think this group that we have, we understand what's going on in this locker room, and if anything, it'll make us closer.
I know you touched on it a little bit, but with the loss of Grady and his leadership, how do you sort of make up for that and, in the defense as a whole?
Yeah, you go and, stuff that's out of our pay grade, you go and get somebody else. You trade for some guys, but I think the main thing is you just continue to get better at what we're doing. We're not going to change anything because Grady's been hurt. We're still going to play the same exact calls and, stuff like that. So we just got to really hone in on, the details. Like I said, just hone in on what we're doing well, what we're not doing well, and be able to adjust and make those changes.
Yeah, Jessie, how has, I guess John Smith been, and, coming to a new team, you coming to a new team, and a veteran that's been able to, have add some snap to the offense?
Yeah, Jonu was somebody I met before we even started the season, obviously, and knew was somebody that's been in this league, like I said, for a long time. So just hearing his experiences, he's been with New England, been with the Titans. Just hearing his experience and his approach to every day is a true pro, and that's what you need in this locker room, not just for for the team, but just for younger guys to kind of see how this thing works and how people work week in and week out, whether you win, whether you lose. I think Jonu is a perfect example of being the same guy every single day, no matter if there's a quarterback change or anything. He's still the same guy, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't see outside the building or the media doesn't really see on the cameras, but it means a lot to our team.